Welcome to our series of video in factoring polynomials. The goal of this video to factor completely. What is the common factor between 50, 20, and 2? The common factor here is 2. 50y squared divided by 2, I get 25y squared. 20y divided by 2, I get positive 10y. 2 divided by 2, I get 1. Is this trinomial perfect square? 25 means 5y times 5y means 5y quantity square. Means the first one is perfect square and the second one is also 1 means 1 square. The sign is positive. I multiply this first times the second, which is 5y times 1 multiplied by 2. Did I get the middle term? Yes. 2 times 5y times y times 1, I get 10y. Means this is perfect square trinomials. I can factor it in this form here. A plus b quantity square. A is 5y. B is 1. Is any common factor here? No. Is this trinomial perfect square? 4x squared means 2x times 2x. 2x times 2x means the first one is perfect square. And 81y squared means 9y times 9y. 9y times 9y means 9y quantity square. And always positive here. Is the middle term here is the first times the second. The first, which is 2x, multiplied by the second, which is 9y. I multiplied, the sign is negative here. I multiplied by 2 here. Did I get 36? 2 times 2, I get 4, times 9, I get 36 xy. Means this is perfect square trinomial. I can factor it in this form here. The middle term minus the square. The first one is 2x. And the second one, 9y. What is the common factor here? You have 9, you have 72, you have 144. The common factor is 9. 9 divided by 9, I get 1. Negative 72x divided by 9, I get 8x. 144x squared divided by 9, I get 16. Y x squared. Is this perfect square trinomial? 1 is perfect square. Here minus. The last one was 4x times 4x. 4x times 4x means 4x quantity square. The sign always positive for the last term. 4x times 4x, I get 16x squared. Is the first, which is 1, times the second, which is 4x, multiply by 2. Did I get 8x here? Yes. 2 times 1 times 4x, I get 8. I mean, this is perfect square trinomial. I can factor in this 4. 9 under 9. Here negative, here square. The first one is 1, and the second one is 4x. You have x to the power of 5, x to the power of 4, x cubed. What is the common factor? I take the lowest power, which is x cubed. When I divide x to the power of 5 divided by x cubed, I subtract the exponent, because in division I subtract the exponent. 5 minus 3, I get 2, means I get x squared, plus 2x to the power of 4 divided by x cubed, I get 4 minus 3, I get 1, I get 2x. X cubed divided by x cubed, I get 1. Is this perfect square? First one is perfect square, and the second one is perfect square. The last step, I multiply the first times the second. The first is x times the second, which is 1. If I multiply it by 2, did I get the middle term? Yes, 2 times x times 1, I get 2x. Means this is perfect square trinomials. I can factor it in this form here, a plus b quantity square. X cubed under x cubed square plus the first, the second is 1. Is any common factor here? X square? No. Y square, y to the third power. I take the lowest power for y, which is y. This means y to the power of 1. Okay. When I divide x square y divided by y, I get x square left. When I divide this by y, I subtract the exponent. I get positive 6x, and 2 minus 1 is 1y. When you subtract by y here, I subtract the exponent 3 minus 1, I get y square plus 9y square. What is this perfect square trinomial? First one is perfect square, and 3y square means 3y times 3y. 3y times 3y quantity square. When the first is perfect square, the second is perfect square. The last thing to check is the first times the second multiplied by 2, did I get the middle term? The first is x. The second is 3y. I multiplied by 2, did I get the middle term? 2 times x times 3, I get 6xy. Means this is perfect square trinomial. I'm going to factor it in this form here, a plus b quantity square, y under y square plus, because the middle term is positive. The first one is x, the second one is 3y. You have 8, you have 24, you have 18. Is any common factor here? Is 2 is a common factor? You have x to the third power, you have x squared, you have x to the power of 1. I take the lowest power, which is 2x is a common factor. When I divide 8x cubed divided by 2x, 8 divided by 2 is 4. X to the third divided by x to the power of 1 here means 1. I subtract the exponent 3 minus 1, I get x squared. Minus, if I divide 24 x squared y divided by 2x, I get 12 xy. 18 divided by 2, I get 9 y squared. Okay, 2x under 2x. Is this perfect square trinomial? 4x means 2x quantity square. The last one positive. Means 3y times 3y, I get 9y squared. It's the first times the second. The first is 2x times the second, which is 3y. If I multiply it by 2, did I get the middle term? 2 times 2, I get 4x times 3y, I get 12xy. Means this is perfect square trinomials. I factor it in this form here, a minus b quantity square minus. The first one is 2x, and b is 3y. This is your homework. Please try those in your own. And if you have any questions, please write it in the comment below. Thank you for watching, and I hope you found this video helpful.